All right, all right. What's going on, guys? All of my comments just disappeared. Holy crap. I had a good amount of comments. I see you, Xander. We're definitely gonna talk a little bit about that because I think you have a really good point, especially about that. And about the situation at hand with Kwon. I definitely think there's a conversation to be had about that. But guys, thank you so much for coming. What's going on, y'all? Like, listen, Cobra Kai season 6, part 2. What a part. Holy crap, guys. I had a blast with this part. It was darker, heavier, a little more melodramatic as well. Like, there was some more drama going on. But man, I really liked it, guys. I liked the fight scenes. The fights were awesome. The choreography was great this time around. I really, really loved like the speed ramping they did in the battles when they would do the kicks and they would slow us down a little, do some slow-mo. It was really, really well done, guys. Listen, this is a spoilers live stream, as you know. So you read it in the title. It's going to be down there. This is spoilers live stream. So if you have not watched Cobra Kai season 6, part 2, I'm going to let you know. This is your one and only warning. This is a spoiler live stream. Y'all hear that? A spoiler live stream. So spoiler warning. You have been warned. If you're clicking in the video, just know this is a spoilers discussion. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The very ending of this season, or this part, excuse me, to season 6. Wow. Cobra Kai went there. They pulled the trigger. Not literally. It was a different weapon. But wow, one of the kids ends up dying. So here's my thoughts about this happening with Kwon. Listen, I kind of had this perspective of the show the whole time, and I've loved the show all the way through, by the way. There's not one season that I'm like, that wasn't that good. I guess for me, out of all of them, I think season 2, still personally think season 2 is the weakest. Season 6 part 1 wasn't as strong as the rest, but I thought it was better than season 2. But anyway, I watched this show and I'm like, okay, how long are they going to make this show? Because for me, the whole no mercy, strike first, strike hard, that whole philosophy, I was like, that's going to come back and whip them in the ass. Because when you tell kids things like that, things can get very, very dangerous. And so we won the All Valley. We won the All Valley several times. We beat Cobra Kai. Like Terry Silver had to go to jail and they beat Cobra Kai. So then they go to the world tournament, and I'm like, okay, we're just getting edgier and edgier. Kids here are knocking each other in the jaw. There's blood coming out of mouths. I knew it, man. I knew it. I hate to say it, and I did. Obviously, I didn't want any of these kids to die, but I knew one of them was going to die. I knew it. I was like, dude, this is getting violent. It's getting way over the top. When Miguel fell off that railing at the end of season 2, I was like, dude, like we were just skirting the line so much. But what's going on, Pee Wee Legends? Xander Stone fan. What's going on, man? I saw your comments. They literally just disappeared on me, man. So I apologize. I'm actually going to head over to YouTube and see if I can read those comments again. They foreshadowed in the first part when Barnes said, yeah, that's true. And Barnes did say people died. We saw Miyagi killed someone. So this is not a irregular thing for the Sekai Taikai, but it sounds to me like obviously the modern version of this is trying for this to not happen whatsoever. But yeah, that was a crazy, crazy situation. Xander Stone fan. They promised us he'd be treated like a normal character, talking about Kwon. Did the directors really think we'd all be okay with seeing a child being murdered? Yeah, no, I don't think. I just feel. Let me talk a little bit about that because yeah, we're already on the subject. I kind of feel like with Kwon, I wanted to see so much more out of that character too, man. He was like a love to hate type of character, man. Like I was like, he's despicable, but at the same time, he's got this likable nature to where it's like I like to dislike him, but whenever he's on screen, like the music changes and there's just this drastic shift in presence, and he just brought a lot to the show as a villain. So, dude, Brandon H. Lee, fabulous job in this role. I think with this death, it makes all the senseis realize like we got this karate shit got to stop. Also, the Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, no mercy bullshit. It's got to stop. This is the consequence of them pushing these philosophies, these hardcore philosophies of this karate on these kids. They died. Miguel fell on his back in season 2. Other subsequent injuries have happened with these students and these kids. Dude, one of them dying was just kind of the ultimate consequence. And I really understand your perspective, Xander, because you're right. Kids watch this show, and this season got dark to a point where it's like, damn, like I don't know about kids watching this, especially what if your kid's like a martial artist? That's a lot. So I completely understand your perspective, but I feel like it was just that ultimate consequence of this shit going way too hardcore, way harder than it needed to go. Because we've had various moments in the show where they could have just closed the dojos down, or they could have like scaled back on some of this stuff and been like, yeah, like let's have fun and learn some karate together. But they wanted to go all the way. They wanted to go all the way to the world tournament and all the way here. And Kreese kept on pushing these students with this philosophy. So it is the ultimate consequence of it happening. And it sucked, man. Like even, man, I was like, dude, I didn't want to see Kwon die. Nobody on the mat or off the mat wanted to see Kwon die. So one thing I did really like about that scene is showing the reactions of Terry Silver and John Kreese, because these are two people who were absolutely despicable. But even through all their despicable nature, through their hardcore teachings, they did not want a student to die. Like even Terry Silver was like disturbed as hell. And this is not a kid from his dojo. This is the dude that's like laughs in the face of pain and is pretty psychotic. Did not want to see a child die. I don't think any of us wanted to see that. But I think, like I said, it's just that ultimate consequence that led up to this brutal violence that they were instilling on these children. I mean, look at that brawl, dude. Like the brawl was happening. Obviously, the senseis couldn't stop it, but like even some of the senseis were just like, the Tiger senseis, they were like fighting the Sekai Taikai people. Like, there's some messed up senseis out there too. And you know what's crazy is what probably could have stopped this all was Kreese just leaving the knife in the locker, man. Like Kreese all Kreese needed to do was leave the knife in the locker. But guys, thank you so much for pulling up. Wow, we've got some good comments here that we'll address soon. But thank you, guys. We've had amazing viewership on the channel from Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. So thank you guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Welcome to the Geekly Goods family. If you haven't subscribed yet, welcome. The name's Leo Rydell. We do reactions, reviews, and more here, guys. Also, with the reactions, I do have a Patreon as well. And over on Patreon, Geekly Goods, YT. Guys, you can contribute to the channel with a $3 tier, or you can join one of the higher tiers and you will unlock full unedited reactions, which I'll start uploading my Cobra Kai ones very soon here. But man, this has been an awesome season. Man, I've loved it so far. But I said in my review, I was like, I really think it could split the fan base here. And I think we are a little split right now, and that's okay. I know, man. And Kwon. Yeah, I know, right? It's definitely a choice. But I actually love that Johnny, even though Kreese had just done the worst by him, still defended his sensei, because he still had his back in certain moments. Even though Kreese was despicable, there were still moments in Johnny's life where he had his back. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I did not see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. Because I think Mercedes, what really happened is Kwon wanted to win so bad, man. I don't know what he was going to do with that knife, but yeah, didn't turn out well. Yeah, I know. I get it, Xander. I think for me, like I said, it's just the consequence is so much heavier when it happens with one of the kids. Yeah, and I mean, let's be 100%. I don't think Axel knew he had the knife. You know what I mean? That wasn't an intentional thing, but you could look at the adults in this series and say, well, why did Kreese even have a knife in the first place here? Like, you know what I mean? And if you don't have a knife, why are you carrying it through your belt? It ain't even tight and fast. And like, it's just this lack of awareness that some of these senseis are having that really resulted in a horrible, horrible thing. But man, yo, Damien, Kenny, our boy Kenny, bro. I was so happy to see him get into the Sekai Taikai. Now, he was in the trailer. We seen him in a couple shots in the trailer, and I was like, okay, so they're going to work him in somehow. I was so glad to see him get his moment and shine and not cave into the Terry Silver pressure because, yeah, Silver gave him a really good offer. Let's be real. You came all the way here. You can be a part of the top dojo here, man. But Kenny stayed strong. He stayed with Miyagi-Do. He stayed with his people from Cobra Kai days, and he really just showed up and shined, man. I love to see Kenny. I don't even know. I'm like, Hawk, Dimitri, come on. Cut the BS with that. Like, cut the BS with the oh, Kenny's a mole or whatnot. Like, come on, man. You think you're gonna fly to Barcelona to be a mole? So yeah, that was awesome to see Kenny get his shining moment. Let's briefly touch on Miguel because, man, I love Miguel Diaz. He's my favorite character. And I love this season, like, especially this part. This is actually one of my favorite of all the Cobra Kai seasons, believe it or not. Why the heck has Miguel felt so sidelined, man? Like, I love Miguel as a character. And, man, I've been cheering him on every battle in this series. But I'm like, yo, they had to kind of sideline Miguel a little bit. I feel like Miguel didn't quite get some of those shining moments. I wanted to see a little bit more of him and Axel duking it out, but let's be real. Axel is like a real life Terminator. So that dude is a monster, an absolute killing machine. I was like, dude, this guy, I was a little scared that maybe he'd beat the life out of one of these kids because he's a freaking monster. But yeah, I wish Miguel didn't get a sideline. I just feel like, I don't know. He was carrying too, like he was winning challenges and all this stuff. But I'm like, man, how he get knocked down by Kwon and had to tag in Robby, man. Like, I just like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they shouldn't have put Miguel in the ring against old Kwon. But not only Miguel, I'm like, even worse, Hawk, like literally, I'm like, my man Hawk, bruh. Since he got beat by Kenny, it's just been a downhill slide. But when he became Eli again, he had a really great flash of glory. But I mean, I was just like, dang, man, Hot. There's like a shot of him getting tossed out of the ring in one of the challenges. I'm like, damn, man. I thought that was doing, let's see, part 2 was insane. Ending, he killed himself. Do you think Axel will be blamed? I think Axel's going to be traumatized. Like, I don't think they're going to, like, specifically blame Axel because they're probably going to try to track down whoever had the knife. And I'm assuming maybe Kreese would be big enough to admit it was him. I don't know, but I know that both Kreese and Axel, I think everybody's going to feel that one. With Silver and Kreese. Yeah, I know, Xander. I understand. I get it. You're not feeling that. Yeah, that 2v1 was crazy. I was like, dude, like Miguel doing the 2v1. You're right. He did have a shining moment, and it was that one. I'm like, yo, holding, like, literally, Miguel was the anchor. Just like Johnny said, he's like, you hold up Miyagi-Do. Like, you are the anchor here. And I just thought Kwon beating him, but then Robby, like, beating Kwon was a little bit of a weird kind of, like, odd occurrence. But I guess one could argue, like, Miguel had already been fighting a little. Maybe he was a little out of breath. That would be a fair defense there, I think. Miguel's back is hurting from carrying Miyagi-Do. For real. I mean, guys, they were getting in and getting their asses mopped up to the point where Devin was like, dude, I can't. Devin figured out real quick that cheating was a bad idea. As soon as she started losing and shit, Devin was like, let me go on ahead and back up out of this. Hey, Kenny, it was me. You come in, you got my spot, bruh. As soon as she figured out I was struggling. See ya. What's going on, Zia Venia? What's up now? Zilla, I'm sorry. I'm used to Spanish pronunciations. Zilla Venia. That's awesome, man. Godzilla, bro. Like Godzilla -1. Absolutely fire. I want my next Godzilla -1 ASAP. Yeah. Oh, there's a part 3 preview? I did not. I'll have to go watch that, and y'all probably gonna see a reaction to that later today. Yeah, I'm so excited for part 3 though. I just gotta know how this moves, what happens here. I gotta know. Except in Hawk's downfall seasons ago. Right? I'm like, as soon as he went back to being Eli, I was like, well, that's it. Like the old badass Hawk. But he did get a few moments where he like jump kicks and there's like the Hawk sound, and that stuff is so awesome. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I kind of like the Hawk a little bit more when he was in Cobra Kai, man. He was just hardcore, bro. I really like that Hawk, dude. I'm not gonna front. Yeah, R.I.P. Kwon. I know, right? Hawk was all up in Kwon's face, and then I'm like, Hawk, you gotta stop learning. You gotta stop talking that shit, bro. I know. I kind of feel like Kwon versus Robby was like that big fight. You know what I mean? I do wish there was like a little bit more time to it though. Like it kind of went by a little quick. Like it was like a few minutes, and I was like, whoa, they built up a lot. But the brawl, obviously a homage to seasons 2, seasons 3, when the students break into the Miyagi, or excuse me, into the LaRusso home. Like, yeah, they were like, yeah, we're doing another brawl. So honestly, I didn't mind the brawl. I understand the ethics of the death, Xander, but yeah, I think we're kind of all just feel like it was just the ultimate consequence. Like, obviously, we don't want to see that. But I just feel like I've said, just the ultimate consequence. And yeah, like for me, when I saw that, I was like, cut the karate shit out. Like, honestly, in the tournament now, in my opinion. My favorite character is Miguel. Absolutely, Miguel. Miguel and Johnny started the show. They were the show, and so those two easily my favorites. What's going on, Stephon Diggs? Shouldn't you be at practice right now? Nah, I'm just playing. It's late at night. No, the 3 best friends. Dude, I love seeing them hug it out too. I got so emotional when Miguel was like, this is the last time we're all gonna fight together. Like, I was like, oh my god, my kids are grown. The kids have grown up, y'all. So good, man. I love them. Kwon's death, yeah, I think is gonna awaken Daniel from the Miyagi. Yeah, I think all of them are kind of finally, like, something anchored them together, and it's unfortunate that it was this happening, but I think this is going to get them to be like, this karate stuff has got to go. Like, we got to tone it down. Silver versus Kreese, part 3. Listen, man, Silver is just like so maniacal. It's like, of course he would do the curtain thing. Like, I'm like, dude, John Kreese, he just is not an intelligent fighter. Like, while he's one of the stronger ones and he's got the strength, he's got the brute force, he's definitely not the brains of the operation. Because I'm like, bro, he's sliding behind a curtain and you gonna go behind it. Come on, man. Oh, your favorite character is Hawk, man. Hawk is awesome, bro. I mean, if I'm like counting top 5, yeah, Hawk is in there. Like, for favorite characters, not a strength tier. For like favorite characters, yeah, Hawk is easily in that bracket. Really, really, really like him a lot. He's awesome. What? That's what I'm doing right now, actually. Yeah, we're talking season 6, part 2 spoilers. I know we're kind of all over the place. Robby and Alex need to finish fighting. I'm kind of wondering if Alex is going to be Miguel's kind of like, I wonder if him and Miguel are going to be that duke out, I think. Yeah, especially if you didn't like it, Xander. I totally understand. So I've seen that before. I'm like, I don't know. He looked dead as hell. If I'm being honest, he looked dead as hell. But anything goes in the Karate Kid universe. Y'all know how this happens. So I could totally see a rush to the hospital and, oh my God, he survived. Which in that case would also be that would be a really good scenario, I think, because it would still make everyone realize, like, wow, the karate stuff, like, we came this close. You know what I mean? So if, in the case of Kwon, is rushed to the hospital, holy crap. I don't know if Kreese will be able to beat Silver one-on-one. Like, I think if we're talking, kind of talking like Silver and Chosen, Kreese, and I kind of almost feel like Johnny is on that level with Kreese too, and Daniel. I almost feel like Silver and Chosen are like top of the mountain. Like, I don't think Kreese. So that's why I needed that knife. I was actually surprised he brought the knife and not a gun. Yeah, I actually love them. I love Silver as a villain. I was like, Silver's great. He didn't really get to do much this time. Like, he pops back up and then he's just kind of slinking around in the background in a suit jacket. So I'm like, okay, well, he just kind of showed up and was like, let me throw on my sports coat. He don't even got a gi on. So I was like, oh, okay. What I think about Axel, I think that I feel so bad for Axel, dude. Like, Sensei Wolf and the abuse, like physically abusing his students, like, that's just 1000% not okay. I feel so bad for this kid because he's getting beat up by his sensei with all this pressure on his back to literally carry the dojo. Like, the other students in Iron Dragons, I'm like, they don't even matter. Like, they literally know. They're like, hey, we're going to take a knee and we're getting out the way so Axel and Zara can do their thing. I feel so bad for him, man. Like, I feel bad for him. I think I also kind of understand why he reacted like that towards Sam, because he's so isolated. All he does is fight. All he does is, then when somebody finally showed kindness to him, he took it wrong. And it's an understandable take, because it's like, dude, he doesn't really know. He's so focused on his training. Like, she's out at night being a teenager and he's like training on the beach. But in terms of fighting, I'm like, I think Axel's the strongest one out of all of them. I mean, I'm like, this dude is a easy 6'2", 6'3". He's huge. He's got a lot of mass. I'm like, dude, this guy, he's crushing these kids like Coke cans out here. Like, damn. What's going on, GZR? Thanks for popping in the stream. The rest of the reactions will be going up over the weekend, and subsequently, I think I'll actually have them all up over the weekend. Like, I'm not gonna wait too much. So don't worry. Those will be on the way. And then if you want the unedited versions, because those are edited, if you want the unedited versions, you can hit me up, patreon.com/geeklygoodsyt. You can go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon and you can get the unedited versions. But I will have those reactions up in the subsequent coming few days. I just had to get the clip reactions up because weirdly enough, guys, the clips do like crazy numbers. It's like the clips do amazing. And the episodes do great too, by the way. Won't front, but the clips do amazing. Killed the person, Miyagi, no fighting. I don't think we saw it. Did we? Gosh, see, that's the thing about Cobra Kai is like, I always want to go back and watch all of the show, and then I'm like, damn, 6 seasons. And then I get through about like 10 of them in a day. I should have watched season 6, part 1 to confirm. But he killed the person, Miyagi, no fighting. Someone always gets hurt. Yeah, I don't know if I think Miyagi did win that one. I think that tournament, or maybe we see a flashback, because remember, Daniel dreamed about this happening. That's not necessarily how it happened. Maybe Miyagi accidentally went too far and it was like, oh my gosh, like I gotta change. And that's kind of what I'm thinking what happened with Miyagi. I think what ended up happening, and this is my theory, I haven't seen part 3 at all. I think that maybe Miyagi accidentally went too far, took a life, and so then he said, you know what? I'm going to be peaceful, Mr. Miyagi. I ain't doing this crap no more. And I think I would love that. I think, personally, I would love that. Y'all, I don't know why my camera got a little darker there. I know, right? I'm like, y'all need to hit Barcelona. Y'all need to hit the streets of Barcelona. Now, look, man, if Dimitri can talk to old lady, now, come on now, Axel. I know when Kenny just did that was great, dude. I was like, I love it. Kenny is such a great character in my opinion. And I know the fandom hates Kenny. Like the Cobra Kai subreddit hates Kenny. And I'm like, dude, I actually love Kenny. I kind of thought Kenny was gonna be like that. I almost thought he was gonna be the next LaRusso, but nah. Yeah, I think so too. Yep. If Axel fights in part 3, yeah, Kwon. I definitely think that could weigh on him. If not, maybe he will actually just resign. Like, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. My thoughts on Miguel's performance. Miguel killed it, man. But I was just like, damn, I feel like my boy got sidelined. Like, my boy got sidelined a bit. But, like, hey, he did 2-on-1, win that shit. And one of them was captains. I was like, now how y'all ain't snatching the headband up off of Robby and Sam right now saying, put it on Miguel, man. But I get it. My thing about Robby, too, is he earned it. He did beat Miguel fair and square. There was no cheating. There was no sly stuff going on. He beat Miguel fair and square in part 1. So he earned it. Yeah, no, Xander, we're not allowed to share anything, no. And Netflix is like a big, like you can't pre-tell anybody. Like, Netflix will be like, we're snatching the keys. Who do you think went in Sekai Taikai? So I don't know. I'm between a few people. Kenny. Maybe Robby goes all the way. I almost thought they were going to build up to it being Robby Miguel again. And I wouldn't hate that as like the final battle. I also wouldn't hate if they just said, hey, we're going home, man. Now hold on, Kirsty. Let's not say all that about the scream. That's messed up. Yeah, I could see. I was like, I don't know. Maybe this show is leading up to the Miguel versus Robby showdown again. Because think about it. I mean, we've had these guys fight all the time. And for some reason, I don't hate their battles as much as I'm like the Sam and Tory stuff. Because the Sam and Tory battles, I don't know, man. I'm going to just admit to y'all, Sam as a character, I'm sorry. Sam is not my favorite. She's at the bottom of the barrel for me. And I actually really like Tory. So I'm like, man, kind of over that matchup, I think. And they do that all the time, every goddamn season. But one could argue, so does Miguel and Robby. So, no, oh my God. When Kwon did, it was like so upsetting, honestly. Yeah, Sam, Sam was getting on my nerves. She always got something to like be upset with somebody about. I'm like, Sam, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Everybody else, notice how everybody else in Miyagi-Do was like, oh, Tory's over in Cobra Kai. Okay. Sam's pissed off about it, arms folded. I'm like, oh, man. Man. Who will win the Sekai Taikai between Robby, Tory, Alex, Sam, Miguel, or Kenny? My prediction is honestly Kenny. I don't know if they'll go that route, but I think Kenny is the Daniel LaRusso insert of the show. You know, I guess one could say Miguel is, and Johnny trained up Miguel, but Miguel became a champion. He had his Daniel LaRusso moment. Hawk had his moment. These guys won tournaments, you know what I mean? So it was like Tory won a tournament. So I just, even though it was cheating, but I just kind of feel like the people who already won probably aren't going to win again. Maybe they'll do the main character thing and it'll be Miguel, but I could see it being Kenny. And I think Kenny as a character just kind of really needs it, man. Like, I'm just like, dude, every freaking season is like from the start. Then he, became pretty gruesome. And then he got the bullying happen again. And I'm like, man, Kenny just be catching strays, even though, listen, guys, Lapusso Kenny had me cracking the hell up. Oh, my God. I was like, this little boy is beating the shit out of LaRusso. Not that it was right by any means, but I was just like, damn, he is like, I'm not messing with you, bruh. I ain't no damn Johnny and Daniel. I'm about to cook your ass. It was good to see them make up, by the way. I did think Anthony And Kenny making up was a good little side story, and getting Kenny back over into the Sekai Taikai was awesome. But guys, I guess we kind of all over the place. Let me know any questions you got. We're going to just kind of freelance. We're going to freewheel this thing. We're just going to talk, chat, whatever you guys want to talk about. Top 4 male fighters in part 2 in order. Well, definitely number 1, Axel. I was like, yeah, definitely number 1. Then I guess you could say Miguel and Robby at number 2, because it's kind of like, okay, Miguel took on 2 people, beat a captain and a regular fighter. You can't look past that. So I'm like, okay. But then Robby did beat Kwon, who was Cobra Kai's supposed strongest fighter. So it's like, okay, you kind of, I almost want to put them on the same playing field, these 2 together. Then Kenny. Then Hawk. So that's my top 4. Am I forgetting somebody? Let me know, chat. I might be forgetting somebody, but are we talking just the teens? Because if we talking like the adults, then that's a completely different ranking. But I kind of feel like, yeah, it's like Axel by far, like he's like, it's like everybody's right here. Axel's like up here. And then Miguel and Robby, I put on the same playing field. I put them both on 2. And then Kenny, then Hawk. Dimitri shouldn't even been there. Sorry. Dimitri's another character. I'm like, dude. I know. See, okay, so I had some issues with the Binary Bros thing, because I was like, dude, how did Dimitri, who was getting his ass beat by Hawk, by the way, how did he like suddenly become like Hawk's team up, brother? And I know they're best friends and stuff, and that's cool, but listen, if I'm Daniel, Johnny, and Mike Barnes, I'm looking at any of them other kids besides Dimitri. I'm like, hold on. The younger black guy who has like some size and mass, I would have picked him. I would have been like, you know what? You, my dude. Because he got the biggest size out of the dojo. I'm like, we need a size dude. I guess Miguel was that guy, but they kind of need like a dude with some mass, some mass, man. I would have picked him. Oh, so somebody commented this today. Yep, ass face. Somebody commented today in one of my videos, talking about the Miguel, or talking about Robby specifically, and said Robby undistracted, which he has never been. Think about it. In the first tournament, Hawk kind of aggravated the messed up shoulder, right? It was a shoulder and arm. He aggravated that. Then in the second one, he does kick Miguel over the rail. So that puts a lot of trauma on him. There's just always been this distraction for Robby. A focused Robby versus Miguel. So I'm curious about Miguel, because I almost wonder if the injury did actually affect him in the long run. But then you see him like take on 2 guys, and then he was the only one that won the little balancing challenge. So it's kind of like, okay, Miguel versus focused Robby. I think what would happen if I'm picking, it's going to be Miguel. If I'm the show writer, it's probably going to be Robby. I think I would predict the show would have it be Robby, or they just tie it up. They just do the Daniel Johnny thing and tie it up. But I think if I had to predict what the showrunners would do, I think they would probably pick Robby. Yeah, to beat Axel, Miguel, and Robby, we'll have to go through hardcore. I wonder if there's going to be some kind of 3-way matchup between like a 2-on-1, but hell, they were kind of struggling anyway. Yeah, Kwon's death, I did not expect that, but I said it at the beginning of the stream. I kind of predicted, and I actually predicted early on in the show that it would be, excuse me, guys, that it would be Hawk, but I was like, one of these kids is dying, and I hate to put that juju in the universe, because obviously I agree with you, Xander. I don't want that to happen, definitely not. But I was like, they're getting so fucking violent. Like I was just like, this violence is getting so bad. Like I had a feeling. Oh yeah, wow. I forgot Kwon. Okay, so scrub. Let's go ahead. We're scrubbing. So top 4. guys, the male fighters. Number one, easily Axel. Number two, Robby and Miguel. Number three, right up under them, I'm putting Kwon. Right up under. Now, I know he got the best of Miguel, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. How about Miguel when he's tagged in fresh? You know what I mean? So I'm putting him right up under them. And then I'll go Kenny. How did I forget Kwon? Jesus. On a good day, honestly, Kwon number two. I think hear me out, guys. I think Kwon, if Kwon was a focus fighter, number two, easily. Because I think there's this thirst so much to win that it's like hurting his game a little. He's doing all these hurricane kicks that aren't necessary. Unfortunate that he died. I wonder what Kwon would have looked like as like a focused Miyagi-Do student. Because I'm like, I think that kid probably could clear him and be right up under Axel. Hey, Fatal J, dude, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I really appreciate you, my brother. We got to get on the channel soon, man. Got to get you on the channel. We got to collaborate. Love your videos, my friend, guys. If you haven't checked them out, go check out Fatal J, man. He does reactions and reviews as well, guys. Great content over there on Fatal J. Bro, much love, brother. Thank you so much. I'd say focus Robby. Yeah. I mean, that's fair, Manny. I think for me, like I said, I'm going Miguel. Like I can't go against my boy here. But yeah, I think they're gonna, if they do that matchup again, Miguel versus Robby, I think Robby will end up winning. He did, and we already saw him win in the first part too. So yeah, we already addressed this comment, but yeah, I'm picking ass face over Dimitri. I'm like, what the fuck is Dimitri doing here, dude? Like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I just don't think Dimitri. I don't think they should have chose Dimitri. I know. Season 6, part 3 predictions. So, one of my predictions is that it ends with Miguel versus Robby. It's hard, man. After what happened with Kwon, it's tough. It's kind of like, okay, do they stop the tournament? Do they continue? Like, what happens? They're probably gonna have to continue, huh? I guess if the tournament continues, like I said, Miguel versus Robby being kind of the ultimate thing. But the kids really realizing, like, hey, there's a life outside of karate. You know what I mean? And I think this happening to Kwon is going to be the biggest, like, most messed up thing for Kreese since the war. Like, I think he's gonna finally realize, like, all my actions, all the things I've been doing have been horrible. Hopefully, I mean, him and Terry Silver look very disturbed. So I think both of them are gonna realize, like, okay, we gotta quit with the villain shit. What else? What's some other predictions? And y'all feel free to drop some too. What's some other predictions? I think Kenny makes it far. Maybe even wins the whole thing, dude. Like I said a little earlier, maybe I thought Kenny could win. That's a prediction I have. He's got a lot of speed. He's very nimble. He was able to outsmart Hawk. He's got a lot of speed and fight IQ that allowed him to step up in the ranks pretty quickly. And Miguel is the LaRusso character up until Kenny is introduced, then he's the LaRusso character. So and scaringly enough, Terry Silver was the one to take him under his wing. I kind of feel like they could have it be Kenny. Then you kind of wipe out the Miguel and Robby, who's better argument. But I don't know. If it comes down to Miguel versus Robby, I think I got to agree with you, Manny. I think probably Robby. But we will see. We will see, guys. Yeah, so yeah, I think he's dead. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's dead. Xander, tell me why I was like, dang, Robby, that boy cut. I'm like, dang, bro. Like, he came out of the shower when they were talking about him. I was like, I don't know if I'd be saying, this guy ain't shit. Like, this dude's cut, bruh. Holy smokes. Him and Hawk, I'm like, damn, you guys are cut up. But they don't got no size. Well, Robby got some size. Hawk, a little skinny. Robby and Miguel. Yeah. I think that could be the final battle. If Kenny's not the winner of it all, Robby versus Miguel. Because I think, that brings us back right around to the beginning of the series. The very first All Valley, Robby versus Miguel. The second season, Robby versus Miguel. Season 5, or was that season 6, part 1? Jeez, y'all, I'm mixing up seasons now. Season 5, Robby versus Miguel. We have this theme with these two, and now that they're friends and they're supporting one another, there's going to be no distractions. There's going to be no grudges. There's going to be no anger. Everybody, they've gotten past it. They really are embracing being brothers. So I think you bring it back around to the brothers. I think that could be a great ending. And not to mention, this will be the very first fight we actually get them undistracted, unhurt. Like, this would be the very first Miguel and Robby focused fight. Nobody's mad that this person dated that person and all this stuff. Like, no, it's Miguel versus Robby. 1-1, clean cut, clean match. And I honestly, the more I talk about it, I'd love to see that. Because think about it, man. It's just like, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. It's like there's a problem every damn time. Every time we get these two pitted against each other, there's an issue. Oh, we got to talk about the real life stuff going on. Things that ends at Johnny and Carmen's wedding with the baby being born. Same. I also think that Johnny is done with karate after this. I think he's either done with karate or he's going to kind of oversee some dojos and not necessarily be that guy. Because we know that Daniel is going to team up with Jackie Chan and they're going to train the next Karate Kid. So we know Daniel's not done. But I could see Johnny maybe backing out. Maybe. Y'all let me know. Do you think maybe he'll kind of be like, yeah, I got to go be a dad now? Because he's getting more and more responsible as an adult, even though what happened between him and Sensei Wolf. But I think he's making more responsible decisions. I mean, look at the guy at the on the airplane. He was the one doing the backing off a little bit. Even though he kind of stepped up to him, he was the one that was getting confronted, not the confronter. I wonder if him and Sensei Wolf are going to duke it out, because they kind of duked it out a little bit in that brawl, and Daniel joined in with them, and I was like, dude, okay, the two of them could probably take on Sensei Wolf, but I don't know. I worry about Johnny against Sensei Wolf on a one-on-one. I'm worried, because I'm like, this dude out here doing that. Remember when Terry Silver went and watched? He did that like sun thing, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Both practice martial arts in real life, by the way. Louis Tan and William Zabka. Both practice martial arts in real life. Yeah, if he was balanced, he's definitely number 2. Yeah, exactly. It's that rage, that anger, that thirst for winning so badly that like you tap into that rage, which is wrong, Sensei Kim. I'm sorry, you should not be tapping into your rage like that. Yeah, so I think he's like an easy number 2 if those things kind of got reeled back. Oh, thank you so much, Torin. Thank you, man. Man, you've been with the channel for a while, man. You one of the early dayers, man. So thank you for supporting me through this journey, man. It's been fun. It's been a great journey, and honestly, I am just happy to keep bringing you guys content. I love making videos. I love reaction videos, reviews, doing MCU news on my shorts now. Like, I've kind of gotten a formula, and I've ran with it, man. So thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. And thank you guys for coming through to the chat. Like, we are booming tonight. I'm glad we're having this discussion. Yeah, I would hope not. I really would hope not. Do you think Kreese will join the good side after? I don't know if I would say join, but I think he's going to kind of pipe down on the no mercy stuff and kind of like reel it back a bit. I mean, he's got to, right? We can't have Kreese out here still talking no mercy after what happened to Kwon. Like, I think this is going to really, really affect him on like a big level and change his character. If Miguel has his season 5 balance, season 6 skill, he would be unstoppable. Yeah, so we're all predicting Robby. I'm like, hey, it could be Miguel. They could be like, nah. Remember where this show started? Like, it could. Johnny and Miguel, dap it up. Like, hey, like, maybe that's the end of the series. Miguel wins. Him and Robby still friends. Do y'all think they'll do the cheesy thing and say, oh, it's the first time in Sekai Taikai history that two people tied? Like, do you think they'll do that? I don't know. I think they might have a definitive winner, but maybe they will do that. Who knows? Should have had Cobra Kai go back to Korea. Yeah, so I actually really like Terry Silver as a villain, but I'm glad this is the last season because it's like how far can we really stretch them out? I think Sensei Kim was a great addition because it was like, okay, here's a fresh new face. I definitely predicted before season 6 trailer came out. I was like, I think they're gonna have a new villain, but I don't necessarily hate Kreese either. I just really like Terry as a villain. He's so maniacal. He's got his own song and stuff. He's just a cheesy, goofy ass villain that fits perfectly in the show. But it does feel like they stretched him out a lot. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad this is our last season because if we were going to season 7, I'd be like, I don't know. Calling it Kreese redemption arc in part 3. I could see it. I mean, honestly, because of what happened with Kwon. Like, just pretty bad. What's going on, Bricks Productions? Yeah, we're kind of having a back and forth in the chat about it. For me, I obviously didn't want Kwon to die. It was a very sad moment in the show. Darkest scene in the show ever. For me, I definitely feel like it was the greatest consequence. Like, that's just kind of what I feel. It was like, okay, get everybody's head up out of the sand. Somebody died. Get your damn heads up out of the sand, out of the strike first, strike hard bullshit. Stop it. Stop that philosophy. Stop the damn near killing kids style karate. Stop the breaking into houses and brawls and encouraging kids to steal and shit. Stop. Like, that's kind of what that's how it hit and resonated with me. Xander, man, I don't think they're killing no more kids. I think they're done with that. Which, by the way, I don't put it past them to have them survive. Remember, this is Cobra Kai, y'all. We're two convicted felons, like, who have committed a lot of crime, are running around scot-free, and nobody's calling the cops. I don't know why, but people are hating on Axel, saying that he was heartless. I don't hate Axel. I actually think Axel is awesome. In his own way, a little bit. I think he's been skewed by what has happened to him. Like, I think he's a product of the very unfortunate things and circumstances that are happening to him. I think that deep down, he has a heart of gold and he's upset about Miguel being with Sam. I just don't think he knows how to process that due to what's going on with him. It's so sad that his sensei is abusing him. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And yeah, if it wasn't Sam seeing them, somebody would have said something. The emotional locker room scene. Oh my God, for real. Top five. Like, Miguel is saying, this is going to be our last time. And then Robby saying, who are we? Miyagi-Do, who are we? Like, that was like literally, bro, like amazing. When Johnny's daughter eventually gets trained by, right? Yo, I still wonder if they will introduce Julie. I don't know. Maybe it's not too late. They did write Kwon unbalanced. I knew they weren't gonna go back though. When they had Cobra Kai lose in episode 9, I was like, nah, watch some bullshit happen, and they get right back up in it. And of course, Kenny over Maria? Maria, who? Hold on. Who are you talking about? Maria? Miguel? Was that a mistype? My bad. There's always a cliffhanger. I think Kwon is going to make it. Well, that's true. That's true. And Miguel fell off like a second story and is walking and up and walking. So that's a very good point. Hex Airsoft, it very well could be just a setup and then Kwon survives, which I think we will all breathe a sigh of relief if that happens. But I think that also means that they still are going to have to like change their ways drastically, especially Kreese, Silver, even Johnny and Daniel. Like they're going to have to change up. Right. They ain't going to be right. They ain't going to be Kreese, I'm sorry, Xander. They ain't going to be out cheersing and hanging out and buddy, but like, you know, he knows this is the dude that brought me up. Yeah, right. That could be cool. Do you guys think they'll do that? They'll be like, yeah, like they both won. Like, because what I thought would happen with Robby and Kwon actually is I thought they were going to get a tie. I thought it was going to be a tie, and then there would be some kind of weird wonky tiebreaker, but nah, they decided to go ahead and have that happen. Y'all, my Denver Nuggets are losing to the New Orleans Pelicans, and they are not a great team. They're 3-9. But Jokic is out tonight, so that happens. Anyone else think it was going to be Terry Silver being the one that died? No. But the reason why I didn't think it would be Terry is because I'm just like, he's just too smart. He has too much fight IQ. He's one of the best fighters. I just don't think Kreese could get the better hand of him. Remember, he was smart enough to point out that Daniel was the one that planted the coupon. So I just think that Terry is just too smart. Like he just is so smart that like Kreese could never get the better of him. He probably already knew he had the knife and knew he dropped it. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I do like Kreese. Yep. Star Court, Food Court. Hey, I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Because I think Kreese is cool, but he is just kind of this one-note character. He's just like, no, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Terry Silver, there's like more to him. There's way more. I did answer this, Bricks. So like I said, I don't like it. Like I don't like that Kwon had to die. But I think it's the ultimate consequence that's going to get these people to change. I know Kreese is old, but don't believe he would suck this bad as he did against Silver. Yeah, well, Silver's man, Silver. I just think Silver, he's like the mountaintop in terms of like the adult fighters. And then I guess obviously Miyagi and Master Kim are like another tier above that. But I think it's kind of like in terms of the adult fighters that aren't Master Kim and Miyagi, it's like, okay, obviously Master Kim and Miyagi are like peak mountaintop. We talking the peak of the mountain. And then you got Terry Silver, Chosen, Johnny, Daniel, Kreese. I'm putting Johnny and Daniel on that level with Kreese. I think one-on-one either. Well, they did have to team up. So I guess you could put Kreese in his own little tier. Johnny and Daniel. And then everybody else. Sensei Kim, have we really seen her battle that much? I definitely think though she can win. I'm forgetting about Sensei Wolf. I'm like, I think he up there with Terry Silver, man. Maybe even I think he's on that. I think he's on that mountaintop with Terry. Because I mean, I'm just like, dude, it took Johnny and Daniel to rile him up a little. So I'm just like, I don't know, Sensei Wolf. But the thing about the characters losing is like the mental, right? Sensei Wolf clearly has issues with what he's doing to Axel. So I think mental wise, they would be able to get through him because mentally those two are sound. Carmen's fine. She's safe. Johnny's got his baby girl on the way. Daniel, obviously after what happened with Kwon, nobody's mentally feeling good, but I'm just saying theoretically in a battle where if this happened before the Kwon thing, I think those two are just mentally in a better place than Sensei Wolf. Sensei Wolf, remember, he's made a deal with the devil to get his dojo back. When Tory joined, I could see it. I could see it, honestly. Where that leaves Cobra Kai, who knows? I honestly think Cobra Kai is going home. I mean, if you're Sensei Kim, I'm not going to keep competing. One of my kids died. I'm out. We're done. Wrap it up. Everybody pack your bags. We're out of here. And we're changing this whole goddamn philosophy. Now, I don't know what'll happen, but yeah, he's had better techniques, but exactly. Something happens with Carmen or whatever. I just feel like Wolf may mentally stumble. Oh, okay. Maria's the Spanish hawk. Were you saying, Manny, were you saying that Kenny was better than her, or that did you ship them? I definitely think Kenny's better than a better fighter. But yeah, Maria, Dimitri, what you doing out here, bro? Man, the hot, he gonna talk to Hawk, talk about you. Remember, we got girlfriends, and he gonna slide right in. I'm like, bruh. Ooh, that's the kid would just wipe everybody out. All them kids in the entire brawl can fight Sensei Kim, and he's winning. He'll Madara Uchiha that ass. The girls are okay. Now that Kim hooked up with Chosen. Right, what's going on with Kumiko, bro? Because I was like, was that her dude? Like, could have very easily been someone else. I don't know. But I definitely think Kim was pissed about Chosen saying, we'll keep it under wraps. I'm like, dude, you like, guys, just don't say that shit. Don't be like, yeah, well, you know, we'll pretend last night didn't happen. Don't say that shit. I know, Kwon. And it's sad too, because like it's funny, it's weird. It's like, God, I couldn't stand Kwon, but at the same time, I was like, damn, I like this character a lot. It's the way he was written and acted, just so freaking cocky, man. I'm like, this dude is just the worst, but at the same time, I love him on screen. Yeah, I believe Kwon's gonna live because I don't think they would continue the tournament. That's true. Yeah, you guys were kind of convincing me a little bit. He looked dead as hell. But then we did see Miguel flailing and falling toward that rail, and he survived. So I guess in this world of Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, it's very possible. Which would be cool because it would alter everybody's viewpoint of it all without having to take one of the kids' lives. Okay, so you thought it was either Silver or Kwon. Wow, that's a good prediction. I didn't think either of them would bite the bullet. I don't think Silver. Like you'd have to use a gun on that dude, and even then, I don't know. Right, Kreese. My thing about Kreese is he is just not afraid to just absolutely sock somebody's ass in the face. Like he is just not afraid to just start rocking somebody the fuck up. Like it's hilarious because his fighting style is just brute force. Like, I'm just gonna punch the shit out of you and just keep punching and punching and punching and kicking and punching and kicking. Like, and he will beat that ass. Like this, like Martin Kove has mass, dude. Like that Kreese is stocky. He will blow his way through tall and thin Terry Silver. But I think Terry, obviously, he just outsmarts him. And that's the thing about Kreese. He just doesn't have the fight IQ that Terry Silver does. Do you think Kwon would have killed Sam or Robby? I don't even think Kwon was gonna kill. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I don't even think he was gonna kill Axel. Maybe kind of just slice him up, dice him up a little. I don't know if he was gonna quite kill Axel. I don't know. Yeah, 9 out of 10 just because Kwon died, but it was peak. Man, we got a lot of people predicting that maybe he's not dead. Favorite season of the show? Yeah, is 4 when Terry Silver shows up? Because that's my favorite one. Is that season 4? I think so. Yeah, it's season 4. Because in 5, he's got the dojo. Yep, season 4. No, did he show up in 3? Y'all gotta remind me. There's so many seasons of the show. I think season 4 is when did first appear in Cobra Kai. Okay. Okay, season 4. Yeah, that was like solid Cobra Kai. Like that season, 10 out of 10 for me. That's like the peak of Cobra Kai. And then the first season, 9.5. But like that one was like 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, no notes. Like that season was pitch fucking perfect. Bringing in Terry Silver to rock the boat, and then he was like such a big surprise, and it was just like, dude, like, and he got into Daniel's mental and started crumbling him, and dude, and he was just kind of this unstoppable force. It was like, how do we beat Terry Silver? Because this dude is outsmarting everybody, he's beating up everybody, beat the dog shit out of Daniel. I mean, y'all remember he had Daniel LaRusso in a bed. All right, was that? That was season 5. Damn, I be forgetting, bro. Season 6 part 2, I'm giving a 9 out of 10. I really, really loved season 6 part 2. It's in the upper tier of my favorites. What do you think Cobra Kai has in store for us in season 6 part 3? Yeah, so definitely think Miguel versus Robby. Somebody said it here earlier. I believe it was Bricks or Manny who said this earlier. But I think it was you, Manny, who said that they would end at Johnny's wedding. Definitely agree. Kenny's gonna make it far. Maybe I'm taking back the Kenny wins it all. But I think he's gonna make it pretty far. Like maybe to that upper tier. Dude, wouldn't it be the most messed up shit if it was Kenny versus Axel? Like, that would, just think of the most messed up matchup ever. It is Kenny versus Axel. Like, that just would have to be the most messed up matchup in the entire show. Like, but, well, Kenny ain't little no more. I was like, well, he's small, but I'm like, well, he ain't little no more. So he don't got the small height advantage. Yeah, no, man. I thought they killed Chosen. I was about to be like, dog. Silver isn't that good of a fighter. He just used mental tactics because he could beat Kreese now, but young Kreese beat young Silver in a spar and a flashback. That's true. He knows Kreese, but I still think Terry Silver is like upper tier because, like, man, he was going toe to toe with Chosen. He was beating the shit out of Daniel. I mean, beating the dog shit out of him. Y'all remember that? So I think Terry's got the edge on him. Maybe got a little bit better in his training too, and a little more disciplined, and like you said, able to play the mental games, and he does that shit with everybody. I think Kwon lost to Robby because Kwon predictable with them kicks. That's fair. Yeah, them damn hurricane kicks he was doing. I was like, damn, Ryu. I didn't know I was spamming Street Fighter. God damn. But yeah, he was getting pretty predictable with those kicks. And Robby was kind of like, when he finally got to have like that battle, he was focused. So yeah. Kenny is slightly better than her. Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. Oh, okay. Bricks thinks that Chosen should have been the one to attack Silver, so he got payback for what happened in season 5. Well, Chosen's Miyagi-Do, you know. I feel like it's water under the bridge for him now. Like, Chosen, even though in the Karate Kid movies he was quite the punk, I think he kind of has like tightened up. And remember, he was the one that told Daniel, we got to show that restraint, bro. We can't let them get to us. Like, Chosen has really become like the mentally sound one of the group. So I just feel like character-wise, he wouldn't be the type to be like, let me get my revenge. You know, he's kind of like, let me show that restraint. And then when we're on the mat, I'm tearing your ass up. Do I think Chosen and Kim will end up together? Yeah, I think so. Who knows what happened with Kumiko, which was kind of weird. What a weird instance that ended up being. But yeah, I can see them getting together. Sensei Kim, man, she let that hair down, y'all. She was feeling good, y'all. I was like, look at Sensei Kim got the hair down. Like, yo, she needed some, like, man, she just needed a good fun night, man. Like she had that hair down, and I was like, first off, she looks great. Second off, man, she finally got to like not be a damn sensei for once. Like, geez, man, like there's more to life than this karate stuff. And even Tory like asked her, like, was it all worth it making this full sacrifice? And she's kind of hesitated a bit. So I was just like, man, I'm actually happy for Sensei Kim. She finally get her a little break. Xander agrees with you. In Kwon versus Axel fight, did Axel saw that? I don't think he saw. I don't think he knew. Yeah, I don't think he knew. What's going on, John Elite? So are we talking a training partner, like one of the students, or are we talking like a sensei? Because I think I would, if it was a sensei, I would pick Johnny Lawrence at this point. If we're backing it up, probably Daniel LaRusso. But I'm like, I think this current Johnny Lawrence would be the one I would pick for a sensei. Now, if we're talking like training partner, probably Miguel. He's my favorite character. Miguel's the shit. We both were bullied. We both took karate. I'm telling you, Silver's out here spitting. I'm like, man, where's the security, bro? Like the Sekai Taikai dude, the host announcer is the security. Because he talking about, you don't want to see me get. And that man, yo, he knew how to fight. I was like, yeah, that big boy, that tiger dude had to sucker punch his ass. Because otherwise, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to mess with the Sekai Taikai host either. Axel is Silver's son? So I'm not even going to look at you too crazy for that one because I'm like, man, this show is about dads, bro. So if he is Silver's son, holy shit. Number one. And number two, if Silver were to see Sensei Wolf doing that, he would clobber his ass. I think he's dead. They went out of their way to say he's not breathing. That's true. Go back, take it back to home turf. That could be kind of interesting. I like it being out of the country though, like because I like it just being in a different destination, being in a different place. Are we going to talk about how Kreese was planning to off Silver the entire episode? Right? He's a fucking maniac, dude. He's a maniac. I'm like, dang, dude, you carrying this knife around and shit. Maniac. All right, guys, I'm still checking in on Paul versus Tyson as well. Because once that starts up, I will have to go. But it is not on yet. Taylor Serrano might be a good match, though. That boy tall, though, for real. Listen, y'all adding up all the numbers. Yeah, listen, y'all punching the numbers, man. Yeah, it was like in the chest. So I don't know if maybe, listen, y'all know what universe we're in. We could definitely take it to the hospital, and it was like you missed his heart by an inch. Like, I'm not putting it past him for him to survive either, but it really looked like he was like dead. Like he wasn't breathing. He's lost a lot of blood. I don't know. Oh yeah, Master Kim would pull one of them like bop bop bop, like three quick hits, and Terry Silver would just tumble over. Master Kim is that dude. Like Master Kim, nah, shit. Any of them fighters try to fight him, he would just probably like old man style, like bloop, 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 hit some pressure points, knock them down, knock a couple of good jabs in them, and they're done. Yeah, he was dude, Axel was crazy, man. Like his size was, I was like, who the fuck let this grown ass man up in here? Listen, I know all the actors are grown at this point, but I'm like, damn, he don't even look like a teenager. Who I think will be affected the most? I think Kreese and Kim for sure. I think it's like the two senseis. They gotta be gravely affected by that. Like I just think it's like, yeah, they were the closest to the situation, and they probably feel like it's their fault, and they should. Because honestly, y'all, they got Jerry Jones up here on the damn on the hosted table of Paul versus Tyson. Where was I? Kim has feelings for Chosen. Oh yeah, she told Tory he broke her heart. She was upset. As soon as he said oh yeah, let's pretend like last night it didn't even happen, I was like, damn, bro, you just digging your own grave here. Like, dang, don't say that. Make her feel like shit. But she was the one that did say, remember later after that, like when they were on the match, she was like, want to make another mistake. I was like, ooh, that hurt her ass. Ooh, she hurt. Oh, students and sensei. Yeah, student Miguel and Johnny. Those are my two favorites. But season one, we going Daniel, bro. Like season one, Johnny. Only thing Axel Silver have in common is being tall. But they up here crunching the numbers, man. I'm like, y'all might be onto something. Oh my god, he just sucker punched the shit out of that. I was like, well, that announcer was talking that shit. He got damn sucker punched, just blew in the cheek. Nah, I don't think we have any more deaths. I think that's it. I think we're done with that. You know that in the next episode, inside we can do Daniel fighting people dressing in skeleton. Little call back there. I mean, the announcer got knocked though. Knocked. Yeah, I think that's enough of that. When he told her, "How do you know Kreese not telling you his plan?" Right? She was mad as hell. She was like, "What do you mean not telling me?" Like she was pissed. Sensei Kim, man, she a sweetheart deep down. She just got that hard edge. She just got that hard, but I'm like, nah, man. She a little softy. She had the hair down. Like, bro. Yeah, Axel's a tank. I'm like, dude. The only way they're gonna be able to beat him is because of what happened. Like, I was just like, if Kwon didn't die, y'all see anybody beating Axel? It would have to definitely be a wit game, but I'm like, dude, he's even got the combat IQ. I mean, he took on he took down Kwon and that other Cobra Kai student in a couple of hits. Like, I'm just like, dude, this guy's impressive. Chosen and Sensei Kim create the next fighter. Their son gets trained by all of them. So that I was like, that kind of, I was like, did she drug him? Like, I was just like, that was a little weird. Because he was like, I don't remember anything. So that was a little strange. But maybe he just got super, super, super dumb drunk. And that's what I'm gonna pretend, because I was like, oh, that's a little, we're skirting the line, Cobra Kai. Goddamn. When Silver was in the hot tub, Dane was waiting for Kim to jump. Yeah, Silver was just chilling. Hilarious that he got up out of that hot tub and was like, oh, excuse me, gentlemen, I have an appointment. That shit was fucking hilarious, dude. He was like, I don't even have time for this. I'm gonna go get me a massage. Good night. Hilarious. Since there's a room in Miyagi-Do closes, who do you think will quit karate? I could. Well, but here's the thing, though. Miyagi-Do gonna close, but I don't. If Miyagi-Do closes, Daniel ain't done because we got the movie coming up. Definitely Miguel. He's off to college. Hear me out, guys. I think maybe Robby is like the leader of the next dojos and stuff, because I think, like what else is Robby really doing? I mean, Johnny even pointed it out, like, dude, you're going to college, you got all this, all that. Robby didn't have that. So I'm like, I think they have him be like a master sensei along with someone else. Maybe Johnny. They run the dojo together. Miguel heads off to college. Who the better fighter? Lars? Sorry, what? Who do you think is going to win the females? Tory, Sam, or well, Zara. I mean, listen. For plot purposes, they probably gonna have it be Sam. But I'm like, dude, Zara easily dominates them. Easily. Maybe Tory can get a couple little licks in there here and there, can get an edge or two. But dude, Zara, she's a real life martial artist, that actress. I'm like, hell, y'all saw how she was handling them poles. I'm like, yeah, the sticks and shit, the staffs, she was handling that shit. I was like, yeah, she's bruh. Yes. Okay, JXK, I see your comment here. Axel's gonna be mentally broken. Yep. This is why, yep, he's going to lose. Because I was like, you can't, that dude's a Terminator. Like, you can't have him lose, bro. Like, without that happening. Nah, Silver just had his schmeat. Yeah, though. I was like, Silver. This man got the cigar going. He's spread out. He didn't even get in a damn gi. He showed up in his little coat. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker ain't even fighting, man. He's like, them days is they're past me. Nah. Cause as we saw, Miguel was cleaning up, man. You take out a captain and you gotta give it to our boy Miguel, man. He took out a captain and a fighter. Like, I'm just like, our guy Miguel, man. Johnny or Axel? I hate pitting the adults against the kids because it's just such like different power levels. So I'm gonna just say Johnny for the fact that he's an adult, but like obviously I think Axel could come out winning as well. But I kind of hate pitting the adults versus the kids, even though we have had a couple of things like that happen. They could have Robby be a college wrestler. He's just in the college, right? He just ends up in the college anyway. Cobra Kai season 7, y'all. I thought Yoon was fodder. Oh, is he the other Cobra Kai student? I don't know, Boxed. I wonder. That's why I kind of feel like I'm kind of starting to buy into, the more we talk about it, the theories that maybe Kwon will survive. Because I'm like, y'all can't keep going if this kid dies, right? Like, I just can't see them continuing. Which sensei? Mike Barnes? Or are you talking about Cobra Kai? Who knows? Who knows, man? People just be bopping in and out of this thing. Nothing. I don't think anything's gonna happen with Axel Sam. I think she will maybe help him out a little, but like I don't think anything romantic. I think she might be the one to kind of help him mentally get through that though. Why he ain't hitting on Yara? I'm like, what's going on? Come on now. 1985 Johnny versus Axel. Okay. So younger Johnny Axel. Like, no hesitation. The LaRusso's losing too. Like, young Daniel, you're cooked. He would get into that crane pose, and Axel would just probably knock him right out of it with a cross. Robby and Kwon should have. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Xander. I think I said a little earlier in the stream. I was like, I wanted their battle to drag out a little more. I wanted some more dramatics there. I wanted it to come a little bit closer because shit, I was like, Robby kind of cutting across him, and I was like, I don't know. I wanted that to be a little bit closer. To beat Axel, they need season 5 Johnny motivation. They really do. They're gonna need it to beat Axel. But he is gonna be distracted. Zara and Robby, I'm a little disturbed because I was just like, why does Robby not remember? Maybe I'm misreading here, but it very well could just be that he got so shit-faced drunk. But I don't like the fact that he did not really remember that. That was a little much in my opinion. Okay, so Yoon, yeah, him. Yeah, we didn't get a lot from him, man. He was kind of tucked in the background and stuff. Dennis. Oh yeah, him. Yeah. What a cool callback, by the way. I was like, oh yeah, the long haired dude is Dennis, which was kind of cool. Yeah, I love how they reincorporate people from all the movies. They said the Jaden Smith one don't exist. Now, do y'all think Hilary Swank somehow appears in this show? Because I'm just like, we're edging toward part 3, and we still have no Julie Pierce. Still no Julie Pierce. They should not have made the semifinal Sam versus Tory. Yeah, I know I said this earlier too, but I'm sick of Sam versus Tory, man. And I know I sound like a hypocrite because listen, I love Miguel versus Robby. Those matchups are always so dope. But god damn it, I'm just sick of the Sam versus Tory. And it feels like that happens twice a season. Every season, I'm like, oh my god. Oh no, Tory's dating this person. Now Sam's mad. It just is like, oh shit, dude. Do you think we will get an Axel backstory? Yeah, I would be awesome. That would be awesome. I think Maria, I said this a little earlier. I think it's just due to his circumstances, and what's going on with him behind the scenes. That like I think Axel doesn't necessarily know how to process emotions well, and because of how kind Sam was to him, it's like it doesn't seem like anybody's showing him kindness. We haven't even seen him and Yara hanging out. Like they're like they don't even communicate, which is super weird because it's like you two are the champs, you two are the captains, you two are on the mat together. There just seems to be no connection beyond that. Then his sensei is physically abusing him. Then he's training hella hard and feels like he has to carry the whole team. I just feel like there's some, there's some mental things going on there. And I do hope they at least maybe Miguel and Sam both help him out. I think it would be cool if Miguel helped him too. Yeah. Zara don't give a shit about nobody but Zara. She was on that Insta live chatting it up with the over like 300,000 followers. I was just like, yeah, she don't give a shit about nobody. Talk about, oh, I only introduced my fans to fighters who won. Sorry, it's the brand. I was like, damn. Listen, Devin knew her ass had no business being there anyway. Which guy? You talking about Kwon or what's going on, Parker? Thanks for dropping in. By the way, thank you guys for dropping in. We got JXK, Ryan Liu, Maria Gilmore. Thank y'all for Mariah Gilmore. I'm sorry. Thank y'all so much for coming through, guys. My Nuggets lost by 7 goddamn points. Oh boy. All that the ESPN and the NBA pundits are going to talk about is the Nuggets cannot play without Jokic. Sorry, back to Cobra Kai. After the tournament, do you think they're going to do a time jump? That would be cool. I think that could be fun. I think it could even be cool if like Miguel was in college for like a few years and came back for Johnny and Carmen's wedding. That could be cool, but maybe not. I think they could end with just the kids, heading their separate ways. Yeah, and I really hope they don't reveal that that's who Hilary Swank was. But I think they will. Dude. Kenny and Miguel, like, cut from the same cloth. And I hesitate by saying that because obviously Kenny's a little more financially well off. Both of them bullied, though. Both of them seek Cobra Kai for help. Super dope, man. Great duo. Think Hawk did good in the tournament. He had his moments, but he also had his moments where he was just like thrown out of the ring and shit. I was like, damn, man. Tory versus Sam should have been the final match of the Sekai Taikai, or because it was one of the Olive Valleys. Kwon, yeah. Pour one out for Kwon, man. Zara literally folded Tory, but a couple of... I know, right? And she's like, because she's hooked on them followers, y'all. Like, Zara's like, she's like social media influencer to a T. Like, she's like, give me my phone, man. Give me. Like, you can ruin my reputation by just saying a few words. Like, social media influencer to a T. Uh-oh. Well, Kwon, I do like Kwon, though. Need a Kwon backstory, yeah, for sure. Yeah, right. I don't know. Some of us think that maybe he might survive. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Where Julie was taught Miyagi against Silver's method. Yeah. So I really wish they got Hillary Swank in this thing, man, but I don't know. It just seemed like the time has run out. Like, I thought maybe she would actually have a dojo in the Sekai Taikai. Like, I thought that would be like, oh yeah, like in Sensei Pierce or something like that. Like, but I see the photo of... What photo is that? I haven't seen that. That could be kind of cool, bringing back to home turf for the end. They go back to the valley. Okay, so a couple of y'all been there. Has there been a photo? There's been like a preview, y'all. I'm gonna have to look this up. Sorry, I just was looking here. My boy Sham over got a video up, so I'm definitely gonna have to go check that out. Man, y'all already know Cobra Kai Nation. I know y'all know his channel, man. That man be pumping out videos, like pumping them out. Proud of him, man. 80K. I'm like, shit, I seen him reach that new 80. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get like him. I know, like, he kind of awkward though, but it's just, his circumstances. Yeah, I think Hawk did pretty good. Kind of like upper tier of middle of the pack. I think it would be cool to have it in the Valley too. God. I'm sorry, MD. Dimitri, another one of the characters. I'd just be like, oh, I can't stand his ass. Damn, y'all, this damn Taylor Serrano fight. Wow, what a crazy ass battle that ended up being. Oh, I think that was the battle before theirs. Oh. Any predictions for part 3? Yeah, Johnny and Carmen wedding. Miguel and Robby being the final showdown. We got a couple. Let us know yours. Right? I was like, Miguel and Kenny, like that little backflip that Kenny did too. I was like, listen, man, don't let the leash loose on these two. They could look, man. I'm like, these two could potentially sweep the tournament. Oh my God, Silver, show me. We got Silver's meat before we got GTA 6. How Kim is gonna explain that. I know, right? Ooh, and Master Kim gonna be pissed. I'm like, yo, Master Kim gonna be pissed. I like how before Kwon talks, he says, "Whoa," when Miyagi-Do, right? He's like, "Whoa, Oh, the Miyagi-Dos. I heard a lot about you, but I don't know why. I was like, oh my God. This dude grilling their asses. Kwon, man, dude, Kwon was that dude. I'm like, yo, Kwon hilarious, bro. Who do you think will win if Robby and Miguel did fight in their? So I said it a little earlier. I was like, I think the writers. I want Miguel to win. I think the writers are gonna go with Robby, but a tie potentially could happen. I could also see a tie happening too. I could see a tie going on as well. Hey, what's going on, Andrew? Oh gosh, I'm so glad you dropped in and potentially have dropped out because we are going spoiler heavy in this part. The Binary Brothers, you know, maybe it's just because I don't like Dimitri, but I was just like, nah, team Hawk up with somebody else. Hawk and Miguel. I don't know. I just was like, man, I would have picked Ass Face. I would have picked anybody else over Dimitri. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, right? Oh, so you're the famous Miyagi-Do. I was like, dude, he is just chomping at the bit with them, man. And I love how he just like pops in, does his thing, and just kind of pops away. I'm like, dude, he's just like, man, so good. How did Daniel and Johnny not know that Silver got his Chargers? I know, right? I'm like, these two just got at it. Silver and Kreese, I'm like, these are the most lenient police and law enforcement in the world, in all universes, apparently. What do you think about Johnny helping Kreese? I loved it. And because even though Johnny had so much contentment for him for all he's done, he still knew, like, that's my sensei, and I'm not going to let my sensei go down like that. And I love that. I just think Johnny, man, like, has made the perfect arc of character through this whole series, to the point where they've kind of had to step him back a little, like, because he joined Miyagi-Do this season, and it was like, oh, him and Daniel are bickering again, but they made up. Like, Johnny has literally had the best character development, period, in my opinion. And obviously there are some other contenders, but I just think we know Johnny, and knowing how Johnny started, this man was eating lunch meat and beer for dinner, and now he's got a wife. He's got his son back, his biological son back. He's got a stepson now who is like his son, who is his real son, who he considers his real son. We had the arc with Miguel finding his dad. So I just feel like, man, Johnny has made such an incredible leap from the first season. I know. I was like, hurry, Daniel, hurry. I was even like, oh, he's trying. You can see my reaction. I was like, oh, Daniel's trying. He's trying. He's trying. He was really trying because he knew. He knew. He just had that. He had that, it's that dad instinct. It's that, like, fighter and dad instinct. Like, something bad is going to happen. And then, yeah. Yeah, I think just answered that. No, man. I was like, them silver or iron dragons, man. I almost called them silver dragons. Also, iron and silver. I was like, I put that together when they dropped the little clip. I was like, oh, they're called the Iron Dragons. Terry Silver behind that. If Dimitri would have went up and critiqued Silver like he did Kreese. Oh, Kreese fucked him up. And I was like, yeah, Silver probably would have just laughed at him. Honestly, I could have seen Silver not even, like, caving in to hurting him physically like Kreese did. I could see Silver just, like, laughing him up, messing him up a couple of times, and then, like, kicking him out of the dojo. I know, speechless. It was so funny though. He was taunting the shit out of the Miyagi-Dos. It was hilarious. I was like, see, this is a teenage villain for them. And I thought, we've had kids switch sides, and we've had Tory be a villain sometimes, and we had this and that happen. But I was like, this kid is like, I'm a villain, bro. and I'm gonna embrace who I am. And that was the thing about Kwon is like he kind of, and I'm sure he has some vulnerabilities, but he never really showed a part of him that was like, maybe I'll go over to Miyagi. Like, nah, this dude, he was like, listen, man, you, Robby, I'm coming for that ass. Like, he was ready, bro, talking that stuff. And not only Robby, Axel got a piece of it. Other people got a piece of it. I was like, this man is like, all of y'all with the headbands on, I'm coming for your ass. Hawk versus Kwon. Oh, Kwon for sure. I think actually Hawk is a couple of tiers below Kwon. I actually love Hawk as a character too, but he was in that like top 3. And I guess if you consider Miyagi-Do without Kenny, it's like, yeah, it's unanimously Miguel, Robby, Hawk. But I just think Hawk versus Kwon, yeah, Kwon gonna win. I feel like more bad stuff is going to happen to Tory because they seem to never give her a break. I know, right? I'm like, can we please just remember she got fired from the restaurant and shit? I was like, damn, man, this girl just cannot get enough. Huh. Poor Tory. Love Brandon's hair, and he scared the hell out of Dimitri just by looking at him, right? He just looked at Dimitri and shit. Dimitri's like, ugh. People are thinking that Johnny Miguel will go back to Cobra Kai in part 3. Why? Really? That would be kind of weird. Like, that would just kind of come out of nowhere, unless Kreese and Kim are like so traumatized that they leave and they're like, well, they need some senseis, but I don't know. I wonder why. Did have the theory said why? Seeing how the ending went down, it makes sense why Mirage never wanted Danny in tournaments. Yeah. I think he meant Miyagi. Yeah. He was like, look, man, and Miyagi having, and I think, listen, Daniel had that whole dream experience, but I think Miyagi probably accidentally went too ham on somebody, and then that probably changed all of who he was. So that's what happened here at the Sekai Taikai, and now it's going to change these senseis. I know that, man, that's sad about Kwon, man. Sad. All they need to do was have Devin do a training session with Axel. You know what I thought was going to happen? Actually happened with Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. The Miyagi-Dos were like tagging in each other. I thought that was going to happen with them versus Axel. I was like, they're probably going to just like tag out. Hey, Kenny, boom, get a couple licks on him, boom. Okay, Robby, come in, boom. Okay, Miguel, finish him off. I thought that's what was going to happen with them if they fought the Iron Dragons, but probably not now. You see the clip for part 3 of Daniel fighting those people dressed up as skeletons. I gotta go. Is this on Netflix? Okay. Let me give y'all a little behind the scenes. I do end up getting screeners, and the screeners never include that stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna have to go look at that clip. Your boy might have to get a reaction up, guys. Or was it it was an inside the dojo, huh? Was it an inside the dojo? Damn, I didn't even see there was a new episode out. I'm gonna have to go look that up. Yeah, I really like Kwon, and I really like Brandon H. Lee. I was like, oh, this kid's good. It was definitely one of the better kid actors. Some of them are just not good actors. Some of them are just not good, man. Hawk was doing good until Dimitri kicked him off. He was. That's right. He was on the little platform. I was like, come on, Dimitri. That's what I'm telling you. I'm like, man, Dimitri and Devin, why the hell were they picked? Well, we know what happened with Devin, but Dimitri, I'm like, come on, my Barnes. Come on, my Barnes. If I'm Johnny and I'm Daniel, I'm like, hey, take another look at them scores, man. Hold on, I gotta see that paper. Cause I'm like, nah, man. I just, if I'm the head of Miyagi-Do, I'm saying no, motherfucker. Shit. What do you think part 3 will be about? Definitely the aftermath of what's going on here, for sure. Finishing up the tournament, maybe. Maybe it's kind of the aftermath of what's happened here, as well as some realizations that karate shouldn't be as violent as it is. But we'll have to wait and see. Remember when Johnny told the Eagle Fangs they had to prepare for every dirty trick they could pull when they first introduced Devin? Yeah, that's right. No, we got a whole other part. How and less. Welcome, by the way. Welcome, everybody. This is a booming chat. This is one of my highest viewed live chats in a while. So I'm glad we chatting it up. Is Cobra Kai on any websites? Netflix. I'm not at liberty to say any of the others. Damn it, they should have kept him. He was such a good villain, especially for like the teens. Like, he just had this like cockiness about him that just really worked, especially when he was just up against Robby or Miguel. Ooh, No Mercy season 2, Miguel came back. I don't know about folded Axel. I think he can fold everybody else, but I'm like, I don't know about Axel, homie. I don't know. ABAK DJS JDBZ. DBZ, great anime. Favorite one of all time. Trust me, when you say DBZ somewhere, we know what's up. Kwon's walkout song should have been, oh no, hit the... I seen your little username too. Hey, what's going on, Emma's Babes? Hello, welcome. Hello, Sam's Autistic Travel Adventures. Hello. Hey, I'm gonna check out your channel, Sam. Sounds like a very interesting subject matter. Julie Pierce has to, I'm like, has the time run out for Julie Pierce? Because I thought she was maybe going to be a sensei in this part. I thought she was going to appear in subsequent other seasons. Are we too far beyond the Julie Pierce thing? Let me know too. Like, are we? Do we have an opportunity to introduce Julie Pierce? Because I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like maybe it's too late. But maybe it's not. You guys gotta let me know. I don't know. Wouldn't be the first thing the directors did come out of nowhere, as we've discussed. I'm surprised Miyagi didn't know Silver and Kreese. Well, overseas didn't know Silver and Kreese. I know Miguel can beat Kwon. Yeah, like when he got kicked down in the mat, I was like, come on, Miguel. Like, come on, Miguel. Come on, homie. Like, I just feel like Miguel, they did Miguel dirty with that one. Like, but he had been kind of duking it out in the ring. He did the 2-on-1. Like, our boy Miguel got a little tired. My opinion, Kreese is part to blame. Oh, yeah. I think Kreese is like most to blame, if I'm being honest. Because instead of Sensei Kim wanted to get Kwon more disciplined. She knew Kwon's faults. She knew, okay, dude's a troublemaker. He's cocky. He's rude. She knew about it. Kreese was like, that's my champion because he is that guy. And we're going to bring out more of that. That's a fucking problem. And now with that happening, Kreese has got to change. Like, he's got to notice, I'm terrible. He's got to look in the mirror and be like, it's me. I'm the villain for real. Of my own life too. Because yeah, I'm going to keep it 100%. I fully blame all this shit on Kreese. They were doing the tag team, the Binary Brothers. And Kwon reminded me of Chosen when he was, yes, oh my God, yes. Yes, oh my God, Mariah, that's perfectly astute observation. Like, holy shit, wow. Yes, because like, think about Kwon if he had been under Chosen's tutelage. That would be someone who could directly help him through that attitude and that anger. And because like Chosen is really duped it out with Daniel, just did the little doink. I can't say Dior. I'm not allowed to say. Nah, ABA. He's not gonna quit because we still got the movie coming up. So any kind of like Daniel theories we have about him quitting or dying or anything, like, nah, he ain't quitting. Because we got that movie coming up next year. I feel like psychotic guy is going to end. Are you talking about Sensei Wolf? Wonder why Kwon didn't use the moves he used against you. Remember? Yeah, right. I think Kwon, man, like one big fault of Kwon was that he's mad cocky. Like he's very cocky to the point where, man, y'all, I'm trying to load up Paul versus Tyson and it's just overloaded. Like they won't even load. But anyway, he's cocky to a fault. And I think he probably just got a little repetitive because of it. Top 6 for Miyagi-Do would have been Miguel, Robby, Sam, Tory, Hawk, and Kenny. Yeah, absolutely. They lost Tory, so I think I would have chose somebody else like Ass Face or anybody, one of them smaller guys, anybody over Dimitri. But that's the perfect lineup right there. I mean, this is your lineup of Miyagi-Do. Like, boom, like Miguel, Robby, Sam, Tory, Hawk, Kenny. Boom. They would have been like that 6 right there. They would have been getting through some more rounds. For me, Kwon was like a mix of both Dutch and Tommy from the original. Great observations, guys. Ryan, you literally just open the door to how they can get Julie Pierce back. How they can get her to appear. Because, yeah, they need info. They need info on Miyagi. Like, obviously, Daniel needs to track down more info. Nobody else knows anything. Julie Pierce. And then you could also kind of have this, like, off-screen interaction where, like, Mr. Miyagi did tell her about this stuff. So that could be really, really cool for her to connect with Daniel. You think there's a chance Miguel would beat Axel? No. Not so. Here's the thing about Axel. He's gonna be out of commission after what happened with Kwon. But I'm like, I just don't think anybody in this tournament could beat Axel. Like, honestly, he's got the size, he's got the discipline, he's got the chops, he's got the moves, he's got the smarts too, he's got the fight IQ. I just don't think anybody can beat Axel. Maybe Miguel could come the closest. Maybe Miguel, but obviously Miguel and Robby versus Axel would be enough. Is going to end. That's a big possibility because, yeah, I can't see them being like, yeah, let's continue. Can't see it. They could use Axel and Robby and could have used Kwon to get girls to join like Johnny did with Miguel. Do you wish Amanda and Tory would have had more scenes together? I really like them together a lot. Not to mention, I think out of the actors, there's 2 of the more talented. So I think that I really, really like the Amanda Tory dynamic. And I love that even though like Tory is the child, right? She's the child, Amanda's the adult. And she's a child of unfortunate circumstances. And I love that Amanda didn't take it so personally when Tory would do things like slap the bag out of her hands and stuff. Like she kept coming back to help Tory out, even though this was her daughter's enemy. And Amanda, I'm like, yo, Amanda, seriously, not counting fighters and stuff, one of the better characters of the show. Because you got to think, first off, she bought into the Miyagi-Do shit. She was not feeling it at first. She finally bought into it. Not only did she help one child through with a rivalry, she helped Anthony too. Even though I think Anthony is fucking despicable. What a brat. Anyways, I just think Amanda, seriously awesome mom. You could see my reaction on the channel, Israel. When I saw that blood on Carmen's bed, I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. They done messed up and killed Carmen. Y'all, even just thinking about it, I'm getting a little teared up. I was like, man, what do y'all think about that little sidebar? I kind of like am going back and forth with that as to why that happened. But I guess it was like Johnny and Miguel leave and they get that fire. They get that fire in their gut from Carmen being like, I'm okay, I'm good. Go win this shit. I guess that's kind of what that was, huh? That was just kind of like we had a brief emergency and then boom, Carmen lights the fire under their bellies and they're like, let's win this shit. Who do you think? And do you think Tory appreciated Amanda in any way? Oh yeah, I definitely think. I think she loves Amanda really for all she's done for her. Let's see. I did not recognize Dennis until Terry showed up. Yeah, I didn't recognize Dennis at all. I was like, who? And then yeah, they did the flashback. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, him with long hair. I did not recognize that shit at all. Do you think Tory will go back to Miyagi-Do? Yes, to both those things. Definitely think Tory. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Cobra Kai just like disbanded. Like that, if they do continue the tournament after Kwon's death, Cobra Kai is done. I don't think they come back. How could you? How could you continue after that? I don't think they can. Hey, what's going on, Vim? I am new, but bro, I was on a roller coaster when Daniel started to run towards. Oh my god, for real. Thank you so much, Vim. Thanks for coming to the channel, pulling up. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I was like, he's trying, he's really trying. Very unfortunate, man. Wonder what will happen with the Cobra Kai dojo. I think they're done. I think Cobra Kai is gone. KSI? By the way, I recognize the Detective Conan. I think they wanted to have the OG team cast for the tournament. Okay. My opinion, Devin and Dimitri. Oh, agreed, Sam. Easily the easiest. Or the weakest, I'm sorry. They were... Devin had awareness that she was on the bottom. She literally was like, so I'm getting my ass beat. Hey, Kenny. So that was me? Like, she knew I do not belong here. She knew that shit. Cobra Kai? I was hyped when we saw young Miyagi. I know, young Miyagi with... By the way, that was a cool back shot of the gi, the logo, the Miyagi-Do logo. I thought that was awesome. And then they do that later in the episode when the Miyagi-Dos are headed back into the final. That was freaking awesome. Also, CGI Mr. Miyagi, I thought looked awesome. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion. I thought he looked good, but like the problem was, I was like, if you move an inch, it's going to look completely terrible. But like he kind of stayed in that shot looking down, and I was like, okay, it looked better than some of the others. But like, yeah, I dug that. I think that was a nice use of it, and I'm assuming that Pat Morita's family was okay with that. These guys don't seem like the type to do that without consent, so I'm going to just say probably so. I still can't believe... I know, Kwon, that has definitely got us all shook up. I think Kim is going to fully off. Yeah, she's done with Kreese. She's done with Kreese, man. Because she trusted an old friend. I don't think she knew how this would turn out, especially blaming herself. Yeah, she knew. Robby did kick Axel in the new behind the scenes episode. I'm gonna have to go watch the behind the dojo. Yeah, for sure. I will definitely be tuning into that. We might get a reaction video out of that, y'all. We'll see. Stay tuned. Do you think Tory and Robby will get back together in the end? Yeah, I think they come from such similar circumstances. Like they should be together. They definitely. I think they're a good couple because they come from similar circumstances. They both seem to really love and care for each other. I think Sam and Miguel stay together. They'll probably go to college together. It seemed like Kenny and Devin seem to be like an item as well. Do you think when Mr. Miyagi killed that guy? So I think Daniel had the dream. I think it was an accident. My theory. Sorry, guys, I had to actually adjust my mic. Okay, we're still good. My theory is that Mr. Miyagi did that on accident. And because of that event, that led Mr. Miyagi to become a different person, like entirely. So I think, I don't think it's played out how we saw it. I think that's what Daniel thinks happened. But I also really, and I mentioned this in my review, I really like that they changed Mr. Miyagi's, like, they gave us his backstory and it was like, oh, he wasn't like the perfect glowing sensei that Daniel views him as. People can make mistakes, dude. People can change. Humans can change. We can change our ways. And I think that's a big piece in the middle of the show is that shit needs to change. And Mr. Miyagi was the ultimate example of that. He changed himself. So I think that's my theory of what happened. And I like what they've done with Miyagi's backstory. I think Julie Pierce will come in to help Tory. Dude, that would be sick. Yo, that would be sick, man. Like, I think that's kind of the sensei student relationship we so desperately need. Mark my word, bro. Miguel is gonna take. So what's up with the theories? Like, y'all think Miguel's gonna go back to Cobra Kai? I just don't see it. I think Cobra Kai is done. Like, I think after what happened, I think we're heading home. See ya. Unless Johnny and unless Johnny and Miguel and Tory and Hawk are like, okay, we'll be Cobra Kai now. But I don't know. I can't see a clear-cut reason for why they would. But hey, maybe y'all have an idea. Let me know in the comments. I think I'm in the show. Tory and Robby might become sensei whenever. Yep. I said that earlier. I was like, I think Robby will be a sensei. Because, like, think about it. Hawk and Dimitri, MIT, and Hawk's college. Miguel's going to college. Sam's going to college. I think everybody besides Tory and because Tory and Robby come from the same thing. They just don't have much, you know? And this is a lot that they had. And I think they have a lot to offer to the next generation of students from the lessons that they learned, good and bad. Okay, would that have to do the fourth team for the tournament of champions? If so, what team do we see coming back in for those spots? So if we're doing a Miyagi-Do re-team, somebody said it earlier. Tory, Hawk, Sam. So Tory, Hawk, Sam, Miguel, Robby, Kenny. Like, that's your 6. Wonder who will show up to Kwon's funeral and what they would say. Probably everybody. Think in the end, Robby and Tory might become sensei. Oh, yeah, I think I just read that one. Sorry, I meant to say, do you think Mr. Miyagi's tournament continued? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think, listen, y'all know Mr. Miyagi from a different time. Remember boxing matches would go to the death sometimes? Like, dude, I'm telling y'all, that's a different time period. They probably were like, well, just what we thought would happen. All right, guys, ship the body out of here and let's keep it going. I think now, though, they're not going to do that. I got really angry when I didn't see the Miyagi fight and it was just Daniel crash out. I know, man, Mr. Miyagi was working on that motherfucker, wasn't he? Wow. Even though Kwon was a villain, I didn't expect that to, like, anything could happen, but I was not expecting this. I know, right? And I also didn't want it to happen. You know what I mean? I was like, even though he was the villain, and I see some people like, and you know, if you feel this way, that's your opinion. I don't think this is Kwon's fault, and I see the well, Kwon had to come in, it's Kwon's fault and all that. I just don't subscribe to that. Remember in this show, they said there's no such thing as a bad student, only a bad teacher. I agree. I think this is fully Kreese's fault. Think about it. It's Kreese's knife. Kreese is the one that told, remember, Sensei Kim was trying to get him to reel back on that anger, on those personality traits, the anger, the cockiness. She was trying to get him. Kreese was the one that was like, nah, lean into that shit. So this is Kreese's fault. I like the scene where Kenny puts, I know, so good. I was like, yeah, Kenny, show him, Kenny. You ain't gonna freaking go over there, Kenny. Nah, man. Nah, Kenny. Love it. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Alex, thank you for rolling in. Who you picking, Tory or Sam? Tory all day. I don't like Sam. I'm not a Sam fan at all. Man, y'all, I got this Taylor Serrano in the background. This shit's great. These ladies going at it, goddammit. Serrano's face looking busted up. Let's see. Axel was crazy when he tanked that kick in the alleyway. It was, I know. I'm like, this dude. Like, literally just a tank. And you know, from the things that are going on with him, and then also due to the fact that he's also tall, he's broad, I was just like, he could take so much more damage. And like, let me tell you guys, like, I'm sure some of y'all know this, having trained in martial arts, though. Like, yeah, they train you how to take punches and stuff, and like, yeah, punches and kicks and how to take that shit. We would get. I was in. I studied Matsumura Seito Shaorin-Ryu over in Aurora, Colorado, with my Sensei Salter, and he had us line up and take punches. He was like, "Yep, use your core. That's why you shout." Huh? Because it tightens that core, strengthens that core, and so when a punch does come your way, it doesn't hurt as much. But yeah, he had us stand in the line and punch each other, so we knew how to take a punch, and you could not retaliate. It was obviously, it wasn't like lights out, like light him up, but like it was definitely like, you know, get a punch in there, and it was only one punch, but again, the resistance training happens. Not Cobra Kai related, but Jake Paul. I actually have it up in the background. I think that Jake Paul, I think it's gonna be scripted. A scripted Jake Paul win. Y'all, they went to the locker room though. Did a pre-fight interview with Mike Tyson, and that man just had his bare cheeks out. He walking away from the interview, no shorts on, ass just hanging out. Chosen X Kim. I like it because I think they're so similar in personality traits, and Chosen has kind of like cooled off, so I think they make a good balance for one another. I like it, and I think Sensei Kim, like, she like him a lot. Her being in public with the hair down, yeah, she like him. You think Kwon will come back or stay dead? I think he's dead. But I feel the theories, and I have been slightly convinced that it's not completely out of the realm of this universe. It's not completely out beside them to have him survive that. Daniel LaRusso, definitely gonna listen to his wife. I know, but we got the movie coming. We got the Karate Kid movie coming with Jackie Chan. Who do you think would win in a fight, Mr. Miyagi or Bruce Lee, if he was in Bruce Lee? I'm not putting nobody over my boy Bruce. Nobody. Yeah, I think he's dead. I think so too. But oh my gosh. So when I heard him like yell, like I didn't even, it was weird. I was like watching it and obviously like doing reactions, like, you know, you're commenting a little, so sometimes you may not hear things. So I kind of had a late reaction because I was like, I saw him fall and then he started screaming, and toward the end of it screaming, I was like, oh my fucking God, did he just fall on the knife? So like, I was just like, I was taken aback, and at the end of it, I was like, cut the tournament. Like, you'll see my reaction. I was like, cut the karate. We're done. Like, I was like, pull the plug. Cut the tournament, in the karate, end it all. I'm predicting Miguel and Johnny will go back. Yeah, so walk me through that, C3 Anthony. By the way, hello. Walk me through that, though. Walk me through that. All right, guys. So I don't mean to sound like a salesman, but I have to just do a little insert here, guys. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you for coming through. And hey, if you enjoy the reaction videos, you like the full episode reactions, there are unedited reactions going up on my Patreon. That is geeklygoods.com patreon.com/geeklygoods YT if you would like to become a Patreon subscriber. Guys, thank you so much to my one and new Patreon subscriber, Storyteller. I don't think you're quite in this live stream, but thank you so much for being a part of the Patreon and supporting your boy. And y'all, there are 2 tiers on the Patreon. There's actually 3 right now, but I'm squeezing it down to 2. And 1 tier is just helping your boy out, really supporting the channel. All proceeds go back to the channel. And then the second one is getting access to the full reactions, getting access to some more personal posts of mine, things of that nature. So thank you guys so much for coming through and supporting the channel. We are going to continue until the Tyson-Paul fight, and then we're going to take a break and come back because this stream is bumping. What do you think is going to happen to Kreese after? I think he's going to realize the error of his ways, like, finally. Like, he's going to be like, man, I was wrong. I was wrong, totally. Sensei Kim done with his ass. That's for sure. Do you think Chen will come back and join Cobra Kai to replace Kwon? I don't know. I think Cobra Kai is done. You know, for Cobra Kai Part 3, I would love to see Leo Howard be a part of it, as he has been doing martial arts for a long time, and him being part of it would be epic. I know, man, like, any martial arts they can bring in, like actual martial artists, like, yes, please, because having Louis Tan in this thing, having the actress who plays Zara, like, having these like actual martial artists just makes it, the choreography, so much more fluid and real. Like, when they're doing these stunts, like, you can just tell, like, okay, these are trained people. Awesome that they're bringing in like real martial artists so much more now. Have you watched Rush Hour 2? Oh yeah. Listen, Rush Hour 2 a classic, especially in my household. Remember to try as hey, a bad girl that Chris Tucker fought at the casino. I wish she would have been a sensei. Yeah, y'all. That was a deep cut, but holy freaking smokes, that would be great. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Just doing a quick banner here. All right. Also, I think Axel will become traumatized. Yeah. That's how they beat. That's how they're going to beat him. Because I'm just like, you just cannot beat this dude. He's got size. He's got speed. He's got agility. He's got fight IQ. He just was like a crop above. It was like Axel, everybody else. Bro, whenever Hawk would tell Dimitri to shut up, right? Those two were just going back and forth. I was like, oh my gosh, you two. I feel like Tory will join the army and everyone else go to college. Oh man, the army? I don't know. I think Tory. I really liked what somebody else had predicted. I think it might have been you, Indy. Tory and Hawk, or I'm sorry, Tory and Robby taking over the dojos, being senseis. I like that ending for them. Robby going to be a Calvin Klein model, skip college. Dude, he was chiseled, man. I'm like, damn, Tanner Buchanan. What diet plan and workout plan are you on, bro? Holy shit. Still a little lost because I wonder what happens with Robby. Apparently, he's representing Miyagi-Do without a sensei? I think Daniel and Johnny are his senseis, though. Saw Lake Miguel wearing Cobra Kai and Captain Band. Yeah, I don't really know unless Miguel would feel like some sort of obligation to do so just because they don't have enough fighters, maybe. Like, I don't know. I guess I would have to see the episode to know, like, oh, what, why? Why did you guys do that? What was your reaction when Hawk told Dimitri? Loved it. Because that dude would, Dimitri was just going on and on about MIT. I'm like, shut up. Oh my God. And Hawk just did it for me. Thank goodness. Hey, Serrano won, y'all. Okay. But when Hawk told, yeah, just also, I think Axel will become traumatized and blame himself for Kwon's death. I'm behind on comments. What's going on here? Silver versus Kreese rematch with no interference. Kreese gets folded. The Kenny and Robby duo is insane. I feel like I'm like way back. What is Chosen and Kim's ship name? Cozen. Cozen. Cozy with Cozen. Yep. I do martial arts and they do teach you to, yep. You know them. They'll shit. There were classes we would just come in and my sensei would just be like, all right, line up. We're doing punches. Like, oh shit. We're taking punches today. We're doing defense. The best defense, some of the best defense, is just knowing how to take a hit. And yeah, Axel, it's especially way easier to take a hit when you got that size. Like being 6'3", wide, buff, size, like, yeah, you're able to take a hit. Axel just kept stepping on people. He would just like lightly kick, and kids would just get like dusted to the side. I'm like, damn, he's just like lightly fucking kicking. Feel like it was Kim's uncle's fault because he did teach Kreese with the main goal. Yeah, I think she's done with Cobra Kai after this. I think she's done with her uncle. He's part to blame too. Master Kim is savage. I literally never seen Kreese shook until that moment where he was like, Master Kim is still alive. Like, oh shit, he got Kreese out here like scared. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Do you know where we found that country, man? I can't show it, obviously, but it might. Listen, guys, with how frequent AI is running around these days, but that'd be cool. I just don't know why. Like, why would you put Miguel back into Miyagi or into and who would take his spot? Devin? Like, they would get folded. I do martial arts and yeah. I'm just behind in the comments. It's weird. They're like scrambled up. I don't think anybody else is dying. I think that's it. Who's a better duo? Robby, Tory, Miguel, Sam. I don't like Sam, so Robby, Tory, but Miguel's my favorite character. Yep. Bingo. This is why Mr. Miyagi was like, fuck that tournament. People die in tournaments. Ah, man, Aisha, man. Remember, she moved away. She moved. Aisha was awesome, man. She was freaking dope. I was like, man, it'd be cool to see her in the Sekai Taikai. Yo, I'm like, dude, there's your tank. Like, Aisha got that size, man. But yo, that actress actually lost a lot of weight. She looks great. Yeah, Miyagi hated Kreese and Silver and their style, which is Johnny's. But anyway, wonder who the extras was in Karate Kid 1 and wonder if they are still alive. I wouldn't put it past them. We might see, because we saw Dennis. I mean, it's just like, hell, like, if you bring in Dennis back, anybody's open game now. Yep, Tyson and Paul starting soon, which I think I might wrap it up. We might come back, y'all. Hell, I might just put the stream on pause and then we keep talking. El Serpiente. Yo, he was killing it, man. I was like, hey, Miguel took out a captain and another one. at the same time. Like, shit. Miguel versus Axel. I could see it coming to that, and he just narrowly beats Axel. And then Miguel Robby be the last battle. What do you guys think? Why would you guys? And I'm asking this just as a pure like theory standpoint. What would you guys think would be the reason for why Miguel would go back to Cobra Kai? Like, why? And especially it can't be Kreese being his sensei. So why would y'all think that Miguel maybe would go back? I guess the only thing I could see why is maybe he would like fight in honor of Kwon or something. I just don't really see a natural reason why. I guess like I said, maybe it's to honor Kwon. They try to help the Cobra Kai. Maybe I'm piecing it together here, y'all. To honor Kwon, Miguel and Johnny's embrace Cobra Kai again and say, okay, we're gonna. But it would just be kind of like so last minute. I don't know. What do you guys think? We're gonna honor Kwon. We're gonna, you guys are missing sense. You guys don't have a sensei. You guys don't have another member. We will help. We will help you. Maybe, I don't know, because I can't see Kim and Kreese sticking around after this. I mean, they're done. No, so shocking. Such a shocking ending. So the more we've been talking about it, more I could see it, but I personally think he's dead. But I could see it just because this is the Karate Kid universe. Miguel fell off of a fucking railing and he's in the Sekai Taikai. So I could see it. If I was against Axel, I'd be like, bro, I'd have to tag my next opponent. Like, see ya. Tory, I think that's a big possibility because he's gonna be in that movie. So get him back in this thing before the movie comes out. I can't believe it's been 14 years since that first one. But yeah, I think you get Mr. Han. You could get Mr. Han back in this thing because somebody said it earlier. Julie Pierce could point Daniel in more directions. Maybe Mr. Han. No, because you know what? In the trailer description that is on the channel, I read in that description they seem like they didn't know each other. So let's see here. Season was crazy with relationship. I know. I was like, damn, motherfucking Iron Dragons out here. Now, I was like, Robby out here with Zara. Crazy. Dimitri out there with that little honey, Maria. I'm like, first off, Hawk, really? Your boy is right there. You're going to aim your phone right. You know your girlfriend best friends with his girlfriend. You're going to aim the phone right over there. Not that I'm condoning cheating or anything. Nobody should cheat. But I'm just like, damn, dude. You snitched your boy out. I think Miguel needs to channel more of his defense from Danny to be on match with Axel. Ooh. I like that. Embrace that Miyagi-Do style and just defend. That'd be cool. If I was against Axel, oh yeah. Maybe Mirage originally competed as a Cobra Kai. Is that Miguel? Oh, Miyagi originally competed as a Cobra Kai where they are all really under the same umbrella but don't know it. That'd be crazy. Like Miyagi was actually a Cobra Kai student. That would actually make sense because remember he's like so against Cobra Kai, so that could be kind of interesting. What are we actually going to do once this show comes in? No. Well, we got Karate Kid movie, then Miyagi prequel series. So that's probably where the show is going to go next, is that Miyagi prequel. And then I don't know where you really go after that. I don't really want a Kreese prequel. We kind of got that going on in the show already. Kreese versus Silver fight to the death. I think that'd be awesome, and they just kill each other. I knew Sam would be hitting on the head boys from the other. Well, she doesn't really like hitting on him though. You know, he just kind of got the wrong impression. What if Jackie was OG student of Miyagi? Whoa, that'd be crazy. Well, no, I guess yeah. Let me see. Because I was like, how are Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio the same age? So Jackie Chan is 70, Ralph Macchio is 63. So yeah, it'd be enough to where it's like, oh yeah, he was in a different class of. That could be kind of tight. That could be a good way to kind of bridge some gaps, make a connection a little bit. Not sure they would, but I mean, hey, that could be kind of cool. Let's see something. Man, rest in peace, Pat Morita, man. That could add up. Like, what if he was like the very first Miyagi student? That could be really awesome. Daniel was eyeing Axel fighting, paying attention to his style for a reason. I feel like, right, trying to kind of assess, like, okay, how does this do? Johnny help Kreese to fight Silver. I think what they could do is use his size against him a little bit. And because he's like so big and massive, like you were saying, use it to kind of dodge and block and really use those blocks to create openings. Like that could be really cool. Got worried when Axel punched Robby the face and there was blood. Dude, he punched the shit out of Robby. I was like, damn, this dude can't nobody fucking knock him out, man. That's true. You're right. Thank you for the reminder. He doesn't use karate, he uses kung fu, which is why this next Karate Kid, damn, he's gonna be a legend because he's gonna have multiple styles. We're not saying nothing. We're not saying nothing, okay? I know, no Kwon. There was some master Daniel LaRusso looking for what if that was Jackie Chan. That's right. Master Serrano. What about Tory's brother? Like her aunt a couple seasons ago was threatening stuff like did the writers. Yeah, I'm sure they forgot about all that, to be honest. I think they forgot. Three Little Ninjas? I haven't. So I've been asked this a few times. Miguel is who I want to win, but I think the writers would choose Robby or a tie. Just because a tie is like, okay, you know, we all get to like hip hip hooray, you know, at the end. I could see a tie and a neat bow and a tie. Had a lot of problem about everything good and bad, and I could see why they are doing it. Exactly. I feel like this season really pointed out why the Miyagi stuff. By the way, welcome Kai and Kunji, Jordy Beats. Good to see you. It's been a little while. J Dog, what's going on? But yeah, I think the season did have a lot of problems, y'all. Or I'm sorry, I think the karate, the karate had a lot of problems. Y'all can tell I'm slightly burning out here. I think we're gonna wrap, y'all. Go ahead and let me know in the comments though if you want. We could take a break and keep talking about this at the Paul versus Tyson, but it's kind of late. I think we can wrap up there, guys. Thank you so much for coming through, y'all. Oh my goodness, this was a great conversation. Y'all already know we definitely gonna be talking about that next part of Karate Kid. Wow, of Cobra Kai season 6, part 3. We definitely gonna be talking about it. Do you think Tory's mom death was murdered? No, I don't think so. But Torin, thank you so much for coming through, guys. We had Kunji, we had Xander, we had Kai, we had Kunji, lots of people in here, guys. J Dog, y'all. Got a great question here from Xander. Doing a live tomorrow? No, I won't be doing a live tomorrow, but Sunday I do a live stream every Sunday with movie news, and we just talked the latest movie news. I'll be chatting briefly about Cobra Kai, and we'll be talking about more movie news that happened in the week. So please stop on by. It's Sunday at 7 p.m. PT. So stop on by because we're gonna be chatting. Who will take out Terry Silver? Will it be Kreese, LaRusso, Lawrence, Chosen, or neither? Kreese, I think. I'm not sure. You know what? I could see it being LaRusso and Lawrence, Johnny and Daniel. Because I feel like Daniel and Johnny now have this new partnership, this new strong bond of friendship that can just like when they teamed up against Sensei Wolf, I was like, yeah, I could see that happening. Happy to be chatting with you on this season. Yeah, for real. They really stepped it up, Mariah. Thank you so much for coming through. And guys, hey, if you're around on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. PT, we'll be live talking live movie news. And then tomorrow, I've got some friends going live on the channel talking about DC's new comic line. What is it? DC Absolute. They will be talking about DC Absolute Universe. So definitely join them as well if you guys have time. They will be live at 1 p.m. PT, I believe. But yeah, definitely come on back to the channel, guys. There's going to be more Cobra Kai reactions. We're getting the full reactions up. I'm getting short reactions up tomorrow as well. So reactions galore and more theory videos, reviews. There's going to be all kind of stuff. But I'm Leo if you're new. I do movie reviews as well as reactions, of course. And I do YouTube shorts on the latest in the MCU and Cobra Kai. I'm going to introduce Cobra Kai shorts a lot more now. But guys, thank you so much. In the Inside Dojo, there's a bunch of clips. See, I'm gonna have to go check out this Inside the Dojo. We might have a reaction for that. But yeah, right. Part 1 was just about karate kids just fighting bad teens. And now we hear they in the world tournament and somebody didn't die. But y'all, thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully, Paul versus Tyson is a good time. And y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this journey of Geekly Goods, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods. See you guys.